Welcome back. There is quite a bit to do here in Vernworth. There's lots and lots of hidden items along the way.
A fine place to harvest some
There's
ingredients.
a couple quests
Shall we
here.
see if there's ought to be found while we're here?
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go up in this armory here and get some gold and a bow.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easy.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Couple upgrade materials here.
Good heavens! The pantry is crawling with lots to do.
If you buy this ornate box from this vendor, then there will be a short little quest line with that. You help the little girl in Melv buy fruit. This guy will give you a discount on his wares.
Oh,
This guy over here will give you a
Let's have a
quest.
look then.
This guy over here will be selling your fairy stones and your curatives. Here's your armor shop and here's your weapon
A
shop.
little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
Indeed. Tell is, there's been a shift in the chain of command.
There's treasure chests hidden all over the place in here.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
There's a couple wake stones. There's a few outfits. Here is a permanent port crystal. You have to activate it. Pawn Guild is down here. If you continue down this way, your Vocation Guild is down here. Continue down a little bit further.
What am I to do?
So this woman here, don't get too close, but that woman there will have a quest for you. And she's going to want you to house sit for 7 days. So if you house sit for 7 days, she'll sell you this house right here for 20,000 gold. So we need to get 20,000 gold before we talk to her. Okay, it's almost nighttime, so we're going to go see Captain Brant at the tavern a night. Here's the tavern here. See, there's another treasure chest. And I mean, treasure is everywhere. This church right here, in that bell tower up on the very top, there's, I think, 3 or 4 treasure chests on the top of that we can try to get.
Greetings. Welcome to the Guild Hall. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word.
Now you'll see right here Warrior and Sorcerer are unavailable. That's because he's going to give us a quest for that. So I'm going to pick this one up. Now we have Lightning, Fire, and Ice. I'm going to get Levitate. I'm also going to pick up Quick Spell and Focus Bolt.
Forgive me, but I'm afraid we are not accepting registration for warriors or sorcerers at this time. You see, as we currently have no archer staves or great swords on hand, we are unable to outfit new members. And we cannot simply purchase more, as the delivery of arms intended for the local armory and other guilds in this domain was plundered by goblins. So regrettably, I cannot assist you, unless you were to... Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild?
Those Seeker's tokens we picked up, you can trade them for items. There are 240 in the game. These are the items. You get some items that are quite strong. This is an incredibly strong staff.
Methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the stolen ship. He runs the local armory, and we purchase almost all of our stock from him. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
We shall have to scour high and low.
Okay, it's full on nighttime now. Let's go to the bar and talk to Captain Brandt.
Might as well take a look while we're here, eh?
Dreams are free, he said.
Okay, here's Captain Brandt.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares.
What was the same?
Nightmares.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Deesa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace. But the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. It would be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
We have been charged with the felling of monsters.
There is surely no challenge to which we cannot rise.
Okay, we're going to do the Trevo Mine one first. We're going to talk to the blacksmith here, because that is where we find the Archstaff and the Greatsword. So we're going to knock out 2 and 1 here.
Friend. Klaus sent word that you've agreed to rescue. Fair warning. Goblins are behind these ox cart raids from the tell of it. They're pray do be careful. Losing my wares for good would make me sore. But no sack of gold can...
Fancy a look at my wares?
Okay, we're going to sell unnecessary
Welcome
items
to
right now.
Bill's Armory, and quality's what you need if you want to survive.
Okay, there's our 20,000 gold. Kind of pay attention to the gems. This one says it's scarce in Batal, so it'll be more valuable there.
So, many thanks. I appreciate the...
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
Okay, so we're going to continue on this way.
Living's hard, but dreams.
I took a turn too soon.
Barely dragged my arse out of bed.
Oh dear. What am I tail, friend? Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone. Fear not. I only ask your name to list as a tenant. I'd be much obliged if you'd sound appealing? Then come on by and have a...
Allow me to lead the way.
You've come. So, what say you? Would you care to... Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count.
So she's just asking us to look after her house for a week.
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the
So
elements
you
we
can
mix.
you have access now to a storage trunk. So we're gonna put the items in here that we don't want to accidentally lose.
Good.
So if it's grayed out, you can't craft it. If it is lit up, you can.
Use of it while we can.
So your combined items automatically go to you. So now we have a whole bunch of healing items. So we're gonna sleep for 7
A good
days.
sleep will ensure we are prepared for the. We must rest.
I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Come, we've much to be get. Shall we get some rest then? A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the. Shall we get some rest then? A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow. Shall we get some rest then? A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Okay, that was the 7th time.
Good tidings, friend. As for me, I made the most of my... You see, and that's when I thought, I can't just give it to you, mind. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I suppose I'd best be off.
If only houses were so affordable and easy to acquire. Okay, this is our permanent home now. So we own that. We can use the storage. We can rest as much as we want, which is great because the inns usually cost $1,200 to $2,000. Later they can cost a lot more. So being able to rest for free and have access to storage is quite great. The Pawn Guild right over here, this guy, if you want to change your pawn's inclination, he sells scrolls that will do that. Okay, so we're going to go to the north.
Card ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
As soon as you're out of town, your stamina starts to drain while you run, but while you're in town, you can run free of charge. See, now our stamina starts to drain.
This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other well.
No challenge is beyond our combined might.
I quite agree.
Okay, see a goblin.
I would have preferred not to have
You
to
definitely
fight
know
swords,
there's more than one.
but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
We must not let down our guard. I cannot fall to prowess.
We have a pretty well balanced party at the moment.
Well said.
Okay. We're gonna go take care of this one first.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
So this is the one that is let's see. This is the one of the provisions cart. Some enemies are very resistant to attacks. These guys are weak to ice. That's why we picked that up. Though if you do knock them down and stun them like that, they will take physical damage.
I did my best to match your skill, Master.
You can see a goblin and harpies.
Have my protection! One of our number is unconscious!
Okay, let's go wake him up. This is where levitate comes in handy. He's going to be stuck down there for a minute, but if you get far enough away, your pawns will warp to you. So we're just going to continue on, and he'll pop back up next to us.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a heal. We're all a little bit hurt. Okay, another campsite here, another riftstone.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Usually good stuff in the towers.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it? One can see far to the distance from here.
Should be a good place to take stock of our surroundings.
True enough.
Okay, let's continue on. There's a little cave over there. Little Saurian. Well, not little, but...
Here we go again.
If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die.
Understood.
You can see goblins up there, along with harpies, goblin in the bush.
I will protect you.
I have an inkling this place will yield a rarity or two.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
Just because your meat turns rotten does not mean it doesn't have its uses.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
For example, rotten meat can be used to make lamp oil. And also, wolves cannot resist it, so if you drop it on the ground, wolves will run over and they'll come swarming to it. And they'll just be so distracted by the meat that they will, they'll ignore you attacking even. Early on, it's a good idea to have a healer in your party, but after you level up and you can really handle stuff, then it's not such a big deal. Once you're damaging and destroying people from far away very quickly, 1 or 2 hits, then you're not going to need a healer as much. I heard a goblin. This merchant is very important right here.
Well met. Looking to make a purchase?
Because she sells upgrade materials from the Batal region and the Vermund region, as well as Worm's life crystals. You can buy them from her. They do respawn in a few days, or you could fight dragons for them.
Hope to see you again.
So we're just going to put a marker on our map right here. If she's not right there, she's usually in this little loop right here.
It's pleasantly cool here. What with the canopy overhead.
Let us
There's
hope
a
we make it through
Cyclops.
without incident.
Right you are.
There's an unhappy Cyclops. Well then.
I miscalculated.
Do not give up hope. Help will come.
This foe is beyond our strength. I recommend a swift retreat.
Well now, I'm not sure.
See how that pawn came to our aid? You can bring them to towns and stuff too. And some of the people will start helping you fight.
It seems we have enraged our
Keep working on that leg. See, my main pawn was hitting it in the eye. That's why it was taking so much damage. See how it's shooting him in the eye?
This battle will demand all our strength. We must stand together and get us this victory.
That's better. Many thanks.
Okay, I can put that move. I can punish and bring back a pawn. That takes so long to do.
That was careless. Know your limits. Now that is a surprise.
Okay. Bring back our other pawn. As you can see, early on monsters can be very intimidating. But you just have to stay patient.
Ice attacks shan't have much effect against this foe.
See, there's a wolf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my items, and this rotten meat, I am going to, I guess I can't discard it right here. Okay, so I'm going to discard it right here. It's going to drop on the ground. All the wolves are going to come rushing in. See that? So you have a split second with your health disappears in order to heal yourself so you don't instantly die.
Let us first consider how we might
I'm going to pick up the furthest pawn.
It's already right to stand.
Okay. And see, I can re-pick up that meat. So I can reuse that meat to lure wolves again for a second time. And the Cyclops falls.
Confidence in cooperation gave us an edge against our foe.
Fortune favors us.
Many thanks for healing.
We're gonna stay on this lower road.
Me arisen. Goblins, boss!
You truly are formidable, Arisen.
See, there's another riftstone down there. See, bandits are attacking here.
How about this?
Need to even the odds.
Not bad. Think nothing of it.
Splendid. Come on then! Try your luck!
This is why it's important to keep lots and lots of healing items on you. Lots and lots.
I am saved. Thank you, Arisen.
Alright, heal everybody up.
It's taking every ounce of my strength just to remain standing. Will this march never end?
I only hope we don't encounter any foes. I dare say we could sell this for a fair amount of gold.
Whether or not we make the sale is for the Arisen to decide.
There's a cave in the vicinity that you've yet to explore. I can take us there, using knowledge I gained beyond the rift.
If I say go, he'll take us to the cave.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
Ah, now here's a surprise.
A splendid discovery.
Interesting.
Okay, we're gonna stay on this road.
I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Heal my pawns. I see one of them's in the red. Come on. Walk through the
Sunset
light.
draws near.
We shall have to rely on our other senses as the darkness robs us of our sight. Thank you for healing me, Arisen.
Your statue makes for a fine landmark.
I can foresee no reason not to go see it up close.
Tis a hobgoblin!
'Tis weak to lightning strike.
You have my protection.
Now I've got you!
So you can see there's harpies over here. Just try to kill them before they put us to sleep. That is a different variant of goblin that's called a chopper. You can't target them until they attack you, or unless you have a spell that can target nearby enemies. But they try their best to blend in with the environment.
One can see far to the distance from here.
Should be a good place to take stock of our surroundings.
Right you are.
Traveling at night, certain special enemies may appear. There's daytime enemies and there's nighttime enemies. And some of the nighttime enemies are very, very crazy. Okay, see, there's an undead. That's a nighttime only. And then there's a bandit. Undead are only really weak to holy and fire. So here's a well down here. I'm just going to put a short marker on here. Okay, here's the second bridge. Yep, you can hear goblins. So there's a chopper, so we're going to heal up.
Many thanks for healing me, Arisen.
There he is. Over there, that's bad.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent.
We need to
Take
stay away
each
from
trial
that.
as it comes.
That is very bad over there.
Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
Protect the shipment! Steel yourself! Cut the
Okay,
thieves
here's our
down!
first set of soldiers.
Don't
The
let
first
them
part
touch
of
the
culling
shipment!
monsters.
V, how did this happen? We must defend the cargo.
They're a tenacious lot.
You're soaked. Do try not to catch cold.
You can see just how devastating some of these enemies can actually be. I need to make my way over to one of my guys. Even this fight back up. Let me out. Come on. Attack the freaking guards. Leave me alone. Attack the guards.
Forgive me for being a burden, Arisen.
There we go. As you can see, traveling at night is very, very
I thank you
dangerous
for coming
sometimes.
to our aid. And what luck! Nereus!
Okay, that's just the first part of the quest. Okay, there is a camping bag, and we are going to put that to use.
The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace to gaze upon it.
Right you are.
Many thanks for
Okay, heal our guys. Okay, the nearest camp.
Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
Shall we set it rolling?
Hold fast, Arisen. I will be with you in but a moment.
We might be okay to get back to Vernworth,
Just yonder.
but if we get attacked, we probably will die.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
See, there's an enemy that only appears at night. They're called phantasms.
Every little trinket you find.
And they can only really be hurt by magic. See, there's undead here now.
I'm in awe of your powers of detection. Indeed. Good on you for being so observant.
In order to use a campsite, we do have to clear out the area. looks
That was
safe.
a superb written.
So we're gonna risk it. And we are gonna rest. Okay, we have our full health back. We're gonna make our way back to Vernworth later. But we are going to leave off right here. That is the first part of monster culling. And then we will pick it up right here.
I am
and
attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side.
Good. Go. Rude. But we will pick it up again right here and go back to Vernworth. And then we will go over to Harv and Trevo Mines and knock out those other 2 quests. And we will catch you shortly.